Farrell joined Marty Morrissey to enjoy the good weather and the hurling.
It's been a long week for Lismore's Dave Bennett, between final exams at UCC and waiting to see if he had won his place back on the Waterford team. He starts at left half forward in an attack that still enjoys but no longer depends on just Paul Flynn to do the scoring. This is the team lineup, with Bennett the only change from the team that beat Limerick in the semi-final. While the attack has been grabbing the headlines, the defence has equally been impressive, particularly the half-back line of Brian Greene, Fergal Hartley and captain Stephen Frampton. There was great concern about the ability of Ger Cunningham to start today. His hamstring difficulties have now eased and Cork's #1 is past fit to play. Further good news for Leesiders is the availability of Brian Corcoran, for his strength and presence is a crucial ingredient in this Cork team of '98. Some experts say they're too light, but when you look at Mick Daly, Fergal McCormack and Alan Brown right down the middle, for instance, strength doesn't seem to be a problem. It's a Cork side that has developed nicely over the last 12 months. Team captain is Diarmuid O'Sullivan. Aidan McSwivna, the match referee, tosses the coin. It seems that Waterford have won the toss and are going to play with that slight summer breeze to their backs in the first half. Aidan McSwivna from the St Jude's Club in Dublin referees his first National Hurling League final. Waterford playing from right to left with a slight summer breeze to their backs in this first half. Shawnee McGrath, the Glen Rovers star, giving it to a Sarsfield's man called Pat Ryan. First test for Sean Cullen. Referee Aidan McSwivna spotted the foul on the Cork man and has also given time for the Waterford man to get some attention. Fergal Hartley just suffering a little bit from that first tussle. First line ball for Pat Ryan, and it's gone very much wide. The first puck out of the afternoon for Brendan Landers from Lismore, 20-year-old custodian. And that's going to be a line ball for Cork. The left corner back and captain of this Cork team from Cloyne, Diarmuid O'Sullivan, taking this first line ball, and it's quite a sweet one. Down towards Fergal Hartley. That's the biggest cheer of the match so far at Semple Stadium. Nice little bit of stick work from Dave Bennett. Chasing after him is Mark Landers. Still Bennett. Great block down by Mark Landers. And a good clearance as well, way down the field. Down towards Joe Dean. Be interesting to see how Waterford cope with Shawnee McGrath and Joe Dean. Mentioning the latter, here he is with the first chance, and that is gone wide. Cork have had 2 chances and yet to raise a white flag. Very nervous start, particularly by Waterford, Cyril Farrell.
Yeah, that's right, Marty. Very nervous start by Waterford. They're just a bit jittery. Cork have got 2 chances there. Pat Ryan should definitely put the ball at least across the square, and Joe Dean was on thick and put it wide. But Waterford, haven't settled down yet, but plenty of chances in the early stages yet.
Long puck out by Brendan Landers. Comes down towards Ken McGrath. And intercepted by Fergal Ryan, and that's a 65, the first of the match. This is going to be taken by Paul Flynn. That gives you an idea of what it looks like behind Ger Cunningham's goal. This young man has scored 5 goals and 28 points in the league campaign. Dropping it in at speed, down to the right and wide. And really, Cyril, I suppose when you're playing in your league final and the public's expectations are quite high, an early score would be sufficient.
It would, Marty. Big duels here now between Fergal Hurling, Fergal McCormick and Brian Corcoran and Ken McGrath. That could be the winner losing the game.
Nicely grabbed there by Mick Daly. Sending in towards Alan Brown. Good work here by Mark O'Sullivan. There's fouled, and there's no doubt about it, even at this early stage with just 4 minutes gone, Semple Stadium must be 90% Waterford and 10% Cork. Every time a Waterford man touches the ball, there's a cheer. Dave Bennett and Mark Landers again tussling, as Cork defence seems to be rock solid in the early stages. Ball for Shawnee O'Farrell, trying to get one in towards Alan Brown. Sean Culnan in a spot of bother. Shawnee McGrath trying to just scoop it over towards his colleague Kieran Morrison. This is Joe Dean. Nice stick work, trying to weave some sort of an angle out of this. Well gathered by Sean Culnan. Waterford Hurler of the Year in 1993, now playing at his very best in 98. The referee waves play on. Certainly there was a foul on the Waterford full-back. This is the right half-back again, Mark Landers, testing one for the goalkeeper perhaps. Nicely picked up almost by Sean Culnan. Mark O'Sullivan is there too. This is Sean Culnan from Passage. And the referee did not like the challenge by Sean O'Farrell, and that is a free out for the Waterford side. Brendan Landers, who has taken over the goalkeeping position in this league campaign, made it virtually his own and brought off one great save in the league semi-final. The doubt about Brian Corcoran certainly has proven unfounded so far, playing well. However, it's his direct opponent, Ken McGrath, that has possession, and that's over the bar. That's the score that Waterford needed, and Semple Stadium is a sea of blue and white. The first score of the match comes after 6 minutes of play. At the other end, Joe Dean grabs it quickly. Here's a chance of an equaliser, intercepted by Mark O'Sullivan. Good play by the under-21 All-Ireland medalist from 1992. Good pull, down into the centre. Plenty of Cork players there. So too is Brian Corcoran, being tackled by Tony Brown. 2 Cork players. It's still Corcoran. He needs help. Nobody coming immediately to him. Brian Green can't reach it. Sean Farrell is there, so too is Mark O'Sullivan. And the clearance is not a good one. It comes straight to Shawnee McGrath. Severely challenged by 2 Waterford players. McGrath makes an angle for himself and lashes it over the bar. Now that the nerves are gone, Cyril, it's looking good for this match.
Yeah, Mark, they just show how fast hurling can be. A great crossfield ball first, but Paul Flynn across to Kim McGrath for a great score for Waterford. No sooner the puck out came and Joe Dean was blocked down. Shawnee McGrath in, great score by Shawnee from a very acute angle. You can't give him a second chance. That ball should have been cleared by Waterford.
Comes down towards Kieran Morrison. Up towards Alan Brown. He's now discarded the helmet. Mark O'Sullivan tussling his jersey. Surely, Paul, the referee, has given the free to the Waterford cornerback.
Yeah, here it is. His jersey has been pulled here. His jersey has been pulled there by Sean O'Farrell, but the pace of the ball is very fast, and Aidan Maxwell is going to have to pay strict attention because the ball is really flying around the place.
Breaking ball falls for Ken McGrath. After him is Sean O'Halpine. Good defending by old Sean Og. Again, Cork defenders there in numbers, but almost getting in each other's way. Dan Shanahan of Waterford, assisted by Billy O'Sullivan. The crossfield ball was intended for Ken McGrath, and it eluded him as well. It does, however, come to Dave Bennett, who turns and sends it over the bar. Dave Bennett gets his first score in a National Hurling League final, much to the delight of all of Waterford.
Yeah, Marty, another great crossfield ball. 3 forwards got onto it, 1 or 2 missed, but Dave Bennett did a great score from outside. But Waterford, the same the last day, they're cutting the ball across from one side to the other.
This is Fergal Hartley as Waterford lead by just 1 point. Sidestepping but over-carrying the ball, a little bit unfortunate, but Aidan McSwivna was perfectly correct. First free of the match for Pat Ryan. He's formed a formidable midfield partnership with Mick Daly under Jimmy Barry Murphy guidance. And it's the first free of the match for the Sarsfields man. It's quite a good one. For one moment we've Waterford people celebrating, the next Cork. The sides are level. 10 minutes gone in the first half. Comes down towards Sean O'Halpine. Pass was not a great one, but it comes to Fergal McCormick. His strength and ability to create space is vital to Cork, because then they have the forwards to take the chances. Kieran Morrison gets his first point in this match. And Cork now lead by just 1.
Yeah, a great run by Sean O'Halpin. Eventually came to Kieran Morrison. He won't miss chances like that. Great score.
Ken McGrath going up high for it. It comes down to Tony Brown, hustling his way forward. Nicely picked up by Anthony Kerwin, trying to get it back to Brown. Slipper just eluded him slightly, but he was fouled by Pat Ryan in Ryan's anxiety to gather possession. It should be well within the capabilities of Paul Flynn to tap this one over the bar. Here's Paul, and there's the point. Sides level yet again for the 3rd time.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game, Arthur, because like it happened very fast. The ball is really moving fast here, and it's anyone's game. It's ding-dong game. Brian Cochran has taken off the helmet.
In the heat of this beautiful May day, Brian Corcoran has, as Cyril says, discarded the helmet. Knocked down by Mark O'Sullivan. Oh, sweet hurler, Ken McGrath. It's a pity, really, that it didn't go over the bar. Because it really was a wonderful piece of action. Along the sideline, our reporter, Micheál.
Yes, Marty, it seems Jimmy Barry Murphy is quite worried about Brian Corcoran out there at centre-back. He's noticeably limping at this stage. Back to you.
Thanks, Micheál, and indeed, at the other end, it's well gathered by Tom Feeney. Rock solid at right corner back. Down towards Mark O'Sullivan. Ken McGrath, beautiful hurler. Anthony Kerwin. Now Waterford are beginning to play. From one end of the field, from Tom Feeney at one end, it came all the way up to Anthony Kerwin. And Waterford now are beginning to enjoy themselves in Semple Stadium. They lead by 1. Tony Brown. Pulled on by Mark Landers. Fergal Hartley has the situation under control. Blocked, however, by Pat Ryan. Sending it over towards Dan Shanahan. Coming out to meet it first time, however, is the Cork captain, Diarmuid O'Sullivan. Sends it up towards Joe Dean. Nips inside the challenge of Tom Feeney. Dean gets his point. This now has all the ingredients of a really, really good hurling game.
Yeah, Jimmy O'Sullivan came out first to ball, beats marketed up to Joe Dean. He dodges inside. You won't give him a second chance to him, straight over the bar. Great work by Dean, but also by Jimmy O'Sullivan. First to the ball.
The sides level for the fourth time. Tony Brown. Well gathered by Dan Shanahan. There's a chance here for Waterford. He feels there's a goal on, and it's deflected by John Brown, out for a 65. This Waterford side has settled. It took them approximately 10 minutes, but now they're back in business.
Yeah, great run there by Dan Shannon. Great cover by the Cork backs. It's important now, Marty, that Paul Flynn puts this over the bar for Waterford.
Dead straight in front of the posts. The man over the ball is Paul Flynn. And dead straight over the crossbar is where the sliotar is going. 2 points for Paul Flynn. And Waterford lead again by just 1. Just halfway in the first half now. 15 minutes gone in this league final. Aidan McSwivna not liking the challenge of the Waterford defence, and particularly Stephen Frampton. So a free for Cork. He's already scored 1 point in this first half. Going for his second, it's dropping in and over the bar. And if you're enjoying this match, I think you will find it's going to be tight all the way. 5 times now the teams have been level in this first half.
Yeah, Marty, we've played for 50 minutes and it's tit for tat the whole way. Waterford are playing lovely fast ball, but still every chance Cork get the score. And it's important for Waterford, when they get one score, they should be able to hold it.
Brian Corcoran showing no ill effects at this stage so far. He's looking good. He gets the ball down to Fergal McCormack. Knocked away. Coming in there is Brian Green. Didn't quite connect fully. Tony Brown went like the coppers of hell to try and get there, and succeeded by 1 to Mark O'Sullivan. Ken McGrath and Brian Corcoran. An interesting tussle, to say the least. Fergal McCormack tries to switch it over to the left wing, where Kieran Morrison is battling with Stephen Frampton. Morrison turns, and it's just gone wide for Cork's 3rd wide of the first half. It's a beautiful day in County Tipperary as Brendan Landers takes yet another puck out. Ken McGrath trying to feed Paul Flynn. And Paul rushing his shot, and he records the DC's 2nd wide of the game. A lengthy puck out by Ger Cunningham. Loose and available as Pat Ryan, given a bit of space around midfield. Well blocked, however, by Peter Quealy. Linesman has his flag up, and that is going to be a Cork ball. And again, the man that's going to take it is Pat Ryan. Waiting around the Waterford goalmouth is Alan Brown. Doesn't even get halfway there. Intercepted by Peter Quealy, who's battling hard all alone. Now he has a bit of assistance with Fergal Hartley. And the linesman and the referee judged the situation very well. It's now a Waterford ball. Tom Feeney is the man that's going to take this. He had a great game against Limerick, but he faces a real test when confronted by Joe Dean this afternoon. Kieran Morrison, Fergal Hartley, all holding each other there as Fergal holds on to the Cork left half forward, but it's Waterford that has possession. Into the middle. Pulled on superbly by Peter Queeling. Down towards Billy O'Sullivan. Getting it in towards Anthony Kerwin. Mark Landers has discarded his helmet. Good work here by John Brown, but he loses out to Anthony Kerwin. Mick Daly has gone back to lend assistance to his full-back. This is Dan Shanahan. Half blocked down by Sean O'Halpine. Good work again. Oh, nice stick work by Paul Flynn to Dave Bennett. Bennett rushes his shot, and that's Waterford's third wide. They're level in every sense in this match. They have 3 wides apiece, Cork and Waterford, and they're level on the scoreboard with 5 points each. Ball comes down towards Sean O'Farrell. Alan Brown is the intended target. Here's Alan, left nicely for him. Here's Joe Dean, he's the danger. Tom Feeney has to mind the goal. Dean spotted that his colleague was gone inside, but so too, aware of that fact, were the Waterford defenders. Ken McGrath. Down towards Billy O'Sullivan, gets away this time from his namesake Dermot O'Sullivan. Anthony Kerwin is waiting inside. Billy goes for it, blocked by John Brown. Comes instead to Fergal Ryan, who clears his line quickly and effectively. Down towards the left corner forward, Sean O'Farrell. Helping him out is the right half forward, Shawnee McGrath. Oh, beautifully knocked away by Brian Green from Mount Sinai. That's a line ball for Cork.
Yeah, great defending there now by Brian Green, just to flick that ball away, because Shawnee McGrath was on his bike, and he's very dangerous. Marty, Waterford are missing a few good chances now. Paul Flynn hit a lovely ball out there to Shannon. They should be doing better from these balls, because like any chance Cork get their score on them.
Man taking the sideline, cuts his Mark Landers. It's a good ball too, up towards Joe Dean. Getting away from Tom Feeney, trying to make an angle, and the save is by the goalkeeper, Brendan Landers. But you could actually admire Tom Feeney's cuteness here. Although he's been beaten by Joe Dean, he is actually trying to keep him away from the goal.
Yeah, he just kept on the inside, but Joe Dean has been threatening there for the last few times. Good save by Brendan Landers as well, like, but Cork are still very dangerous.
First 65 of the match for Cork. Midfielder Pat Ryan, the taker. The 4th wide of the match for Cork. Break again falls between Brian Corcoran and Ken McGrath. Corcoran does exceptionally well there, despite being surrounded by 3 Waterford players. Brian Green, Tony Brown underneath it, gathers with great gusto and style. The man available is Billy O'Sullivan. 3 Cork hurlers around him. Ken McGrath is coming through the middle, stopped in his tracks by Mark Landers. Shawnee McGrath and Brian Green. Line ball for Waterford. Brian Green has really blossomed into one of the best hurlers in the country this season, and along with Stephen Frampton and Fergal Hartley, have formed a very strong half-back line. And that's probably one of his worst sideline cuts in a long time. Tony Brown, midfielder, giving it to Dave Bennett. Doesn't mess around, Dave. But he does score quite a bit. 2 points for the UCC student. And just a little smile coming there to his face. 6 points to 5, Waterford lead. 23 minutes gone now in the first half. Tony Brown underneath it again, knocked away by Fergal McCormack. It comes to Pat Ryan. Again, they're trying to feed Joe Dean and Kieran Morrison at that far over wing. First to the ball was Sean O'Halpine. Passes by him, but just momentarily. Switching it over towards Shawnee McGrath. Nipping in is Mark O'Sullivan. Brian Green pulling in it, but it falls nicely for Shawnee McGrath, who surprisingly doesn't go straight for the goalpost, but takes his point. Wise man.
Yeah, Marty, it's that kind of a game. Any mistake you make, these boys are going to pick it up. Great point by Sean McGrath. David Bennett before that had a great point as well. Made up for the one he missed. A fantastic score from 60 or 70 yards out. But every time that Waterford get a score, Marty, Cork are coming back and getting the return straight away. Yeah, here's Shawnee McGrath now again. Doesn't bother run, just looks up, flicks it straight over the bar.
Well, the Cork man, Sean O'Farrell, just picked up an injury there, but he seems to be fine. As Brendan Landers pucks that ball right down the middle. Brian Corcoran beginning to blossom now at centre-back. His tussle, as I said, mentioned earlier with Ken McGrath, is crucial. Tom Feeney shows his experience. Sean O'Halpine, Billy O'Sullivan, beautiful skill. You have to be sharp to see these silken skills of the hurlers of Cork and Waterford. Brian Corcoran again. Added to by Shawnee McGrath. Alan Brown comes out. Shawnee Culnane. Good hurling down towards Ken McGrath, but it eludes them again, and it comes to Brian Corcoran. Send it down towards Joe Dean. Covering with Tom Feeney is Sean Culnane. Down towards the middle, where Peter Queally runs onto it. Gone inside is Dan Shanahan, and again it's Brian Corcoran. Lashes it quickly down towards Alan Brown. Can't pick it up, it's on the ground. And the referee wisely blows his whistle. And I think he's going to probably give a throw ball here.
Yeah, Marty, there'll be a throw in here. But at the moment, Marty, Brian Corcoran has started coming into the game very, very strong. He's being to mop up. I'd say Gerald McCarthy might soon think of a switch there, but it's only a few minutes to half time.
This is the incident again with Alan Brown, and he picked up a facial injury in the process.
Yeah, Mark O'Sullivan came diving in there, like, and wasn't taking any prisoners.
Some of the skills on display here is really beautiful. Look at that pickup by Billy O'Sullivan.
Yeah, that's hurling at his best, Marty.
Tom Feeney picked up an injury. Future Waterford hurlers, or is it a young Cork hurler?
Sure, a bit, Marty. It has to be Waterford. They're really outnumbered in Cork.
Fergal Hartley, Kieran Morrison, Stephen Frampton, hoping to lead Waterford here to their first title since 1963. Anthony Kerwin, Brian Corcoran again. And slowly but surely, he's beginning to dominate that whole Cork half-back line. Testing ball for Tom Feeney. Sean Farrell with Mark O'Sullivan. Guiding the goal, still Mark O'Sullivan. Oh, beautiful goal by Sean O'Farrell from Carricktuhal. An unstoppable shot for Jimmy Barry Murphy's boys. Despite the best attentions of Mark O'Sullivan, this young man scored a beauty.
Fantastic goal now. Great skate here. You couldn't blame Mark. He did everything. Dived. That was a fantastic shot. Great goal. 3 minutes go to half time, and Cork at the first real important goal.
What a boost just before half time is Sean Farrell here, despite Mark O'Sullivan, who bravely tried to dive, but it beat Brendan Landers all hands up.
It's important now, Marty, that Waterford adds that goal with a score.
Tony Brown with the sideline cut. That too is a good one. Fergal Ryan as Cork now begin to grow in confidence. Great run, still Paul Flynn chases and harasses. Good relieving clearance by the Corkman. And that's Sean Culnane's clearance into the sideline. And I think they're lucky to get that little break, as the linesman maintains it's the line ball for Waterford. Ballygunner's Stephen Frampton. Bypasses Brian Corcoran. Mark Landers comes across. Good covering by the wing-back. Exactly what he should be doing. His centre-back is slightly exposed. Tom Feeney. And that's going to be another line ball. Sean O'Halpine with the sideline ball. Good covering here by Dave Bennett. Puts it into the space, but there's no Waterford hurler there. And that ball hit Ken McGrath the side of the face, and that is a nasty injury. And very quickly, the ambulance people come out onto the pitch to give attention to the centre forward.
Yeah, I'd say Marty, he'll be all right. Fergal Ryan went to volley the ball. He could take it up and hit. We went to volley, he played very fast. It was an accident really, but I think he'll be all right. Yeah, here it is. He wins to volley the ball, and he comes, yeah, straight in the face. Ken McGrath comes in, trying to block him down, gets it straight onto the face. It's a sore one, but no McGrath, he'll get up and play on.
Bravely, Ken McGrath returns to the action. That could well mean a shiner tomorrow in that right eye. And it will not matter a hoot if Waterford are the league champions. Put in nicely by Mark Landers. Well gathered by Tony Brown to Fergal Hartley. Into the space, Dan Shanahan trying to get inside. Sean O'Halpine, good work here by Shanahan. Anybody available? Not really. He has to go it alone. Sidesteps Brian Corcoran, happy perhaps to take the points. Dan Shanahan, scorer of a goal and 9 points in the league campaign, has now scored his first point in the league final.
Yeah, an important one there, Marty, for Waterford. Keeps him back in the hunt again after Cork getting a great goal.
We're into injury time now in this first half. 31 minutes and 22 seconds played. Added to by Peter Quayle. Mark Landers breaks up the Waterford attack and then chases possession. Stephen Frampton gets there first. That's a line ball for Cork. Remember when these teams met earlier in the league in Dungarvan, Cork won by 7 points, 112 to 1-5. Na Piarsaig's Sean O'Halpine. It's a good cut as well. Adam Brown knocks it down, but the referee, Adon McSwivna, brings to an end a most pulsating, entertaining first half. And no doubt about it, the star of the show so far has to be Sean O'Farrell, with that wonderful goal in the first half that puts the Leesiders going into the dressing rooms here at Central Stadium by leading at half-time by 1-6 to 7 points. Let's get the reaction along the sideline.
I'm here with Shawnee O'Leary, Cork selector. Shawnee, massive half there. Did you expect it to be so tough?
Oh, we did. It's a terrific game so far. Both teams have missed a lot of chances. Probably the score reflects maybe the way the game has gone. There's only 2 points in it, but it could have been 2 points the other way as well. But we're reasonably happy at the moment.
That goal came at a crucial time.
But it did. It was very important. Like, we had a lot of chances which we didn't capitalise on, and then Waterford missed a few chances as well. So I think all in all, it's about it's a fair enough half-time reflection.
In the second half, the wind, whatever wind is there, is going to favour you. Are you confident now you can do it?
Yeah, well, the wind won't make any difference really. The wind is only barely a little breeze. That won't make any difference, but I think we certainly have a good chance now.
Shawnee O'Leary, thanks very much. Okay. And we'll be back after this with the second half.
So, the second half of this league final, as left half forward Kieran Morrison gathers possession as Cork attack immediately, and goalkeeper Brendan Landers sends it wide, or watches it as it goes wide rather. But it's everything to play for really, Cyril Carroll.
Yeah, Waterford's still in the game, but you have to say, Marty, at this stage, Cork are in the ascendancy. They're on top.
That's a fine, lengthy puck out by Brendan Landers. Comes down towards Pat Ryan of Cork. Well gathered by Fergal Hartley. Running right through the middle. Again, there's nobody readily available in terms of support. Comes down towards the Pat Ryan. Shawnee McGrath. Nice little jink. And that's how you score points. Shawnee McGrath has now scored 3 points in this league final.
Yeah, great score, Marty. Just quick ball over the fence. Waterford were attacking, breaks down to Shawnee McGrath from Pat Ryan and straight over the bar.
Knocked down by Sean O'Halpine, Tony Brown. And certainly the midfield for Waterford is going to have to improve if they're going to have any chance at all of depriving Cork of their 14th league title. Dave Bennett getting inside Mark Landers. Good play by Bennett, and that's a very good effort. And like his good friend from UCC, Shawnee McGrath, that too is Dave Bennett's 3rd point.
Yeah, Marty, a great score again, a great ball here just on the left. Great score, he's kept Waterford in the game here really when they needed it. Great run up the field by Fergal Hartley as well.
Fergal Hartley. We were saying at half-time, Cyril, that Fergal Hartley had a reasonably quiet first half. Much more prominent even in the early stages. Comes down to Anthony Kerwin. Very difficult angle. So what about that?
Now we have a game.
McCarthy obviously told these Waterford boys, Cyril, to either buck up or get out.
Yeah, Hartley's taking the game with a scruff net just like Brian Cork did the first half, and a great score by Anthony Kerwin.
Peter Quayle, midfield players. And the linesman had said that he was gone out over the line. I have my doubts about that, sir.
Yeah, Marty, there was no way. The ball wasn't over, Marty. Here it is. Peter Quayle, he stepped out, but the ball was in.
A little bit harsh by the linesman. Simple Stadium now comes alive, and it's all Waterford. It's echoing around the two stands here. Well gathered by Dan Shanahan. Getting away from Diarmuid O'Sullivan. Didn't connect at all, really. And that's a harmless piece of possession wasted. That's a great puck out by Ger Cunningham. Hartley anticipates well. Dan Shanahan now has the beating of Diarmuid O'Sullivan. Switches it over towards Paul Flynn. With him is Fergal Ryan. Brian Corcoran, straight off the ground. Referee Aidan McSwivna, correct. A free in for Waterford, which will, if I take the chance that Paul Flynn will in fact put it over the bar, will level the match.
Yeah, it was very
off the ground.
It was very tempting there to Brian Corcoran. At the moment, Dan Shannon is getting on top here, on top of Mark Landers a small bit.
Flynn levels the match. 1-7 for Cork, 10 points for Waterford. Just 4 minutes gone in the second half. The break around midfield. Dave Bennett lashes onto it. That's going to be a sideline ball again. He's going to give a throw ball again. Now we have the clash of the ash. Comes to Tom Feeney. Billy O'Sullivan. Sean O'Halpine with him. He gets in his shot despite their attentions. Great catch by Dan Shanahan, who is causing major problems for Diarmuid O'Sullivan. The positional switch of Shanahan and Billy O'Sullivan is beginning to pay dividends for Gerald McCarthy.
Yeah, the last 4 high balls, Dan Shannon has won them.
It's a free for Waterford. Dan Shanahan is definitely going to cause major problems in the corner if they can keep feeding it. The free taker is Paul Flynn, and Waterford are still level with Cork. The crowd are cheering because it was in expectation that he would in fact put them in front. Alan Brown leaving it for Kieran Morrison. Oh, lovely skill. It was accidental more than anything else, but it works out for Waterford. Ken McGrath and Brian Corcoran, and it's Corcoran again that wins the tussle. He is the potential match winner for Cork. Corcoran sends it very high, and after all that great work, it's a bit of a waste, really. But he's playing superbly at centre-back for Jimmy Barry Murphy. An alteration is being made in the Cork attack. Joe Dean is switching corners with Sean O'Farrell. And I would have thought, Cyril, that the problem was at left corner back for Cork, not at left corner forward.
Yeah, there isn't much ball going up there at the moment.
Mick Daly bats it down, pulled on first time by Fergal McCormack. Shawnee McGrath with Brian Green. Nice skill by McGrath, but a little bit too fancy. Comes back to Mark Landers. His shot half-blocked as Waterford now begin to play with a lot more confidence. Dave Bennett is fouled, and that is a free for Waterford. This, a chance for Waterford to go into the lead. Mark Landers is annoyed with the referee, but Paul Flynn will avail of the opportunity surely this time. No doubt about it. Waterford lead. And now they can celebrate just a little. Oh, beautifully caught by Fergal McCormack. The referee has blown his whistle. And that is a chance for Cork to level yet again. If this goes over the bar, the closeness of the play can be examined by the number of times that they've been level. This will be the 8th time in this league decider if Joe Dean puts this ball over the bar. That's exactly what he does. 1-8 for Cork, 11 points for Waterford. It's hot in Semple Stadium and it's very tense. Mick Daly, hooked by Dan Shanahan. Peter Queally and Billy O'Sullivan combine to gather possession for Stephen Frampton. Chasing after it. He loses it, however. Pat Ryan shot half blocked down. It comes to Paul Flynn, who leaves it behind him. He doesn't really know where it is. He still has it. Brian Corcoran with him. Difficult angle. It's swinging to the left and wide. Ger Cunningham takes it quickly, but the referee, Aidan McSwibna, doesn't want that to happen, so he's asked Ger to take it again. Hartley wins the tussle with McCormack. And in what is now familiar style, lashes it out with a hand pass to Peter Queally. Here's Ken McGrath, given a bit of space, but he's driven it miles wide. Over anxious. 10 minutes gone in the second half. Comes across towards Mick Daly and Tony Brown. Cork have it here again. A chance to go in front. An effort by Kieran Morrison just goes wide.
Both sides, Marty, are missing chances now. What you want now is a cool head.
The loose ball is there for Waterford man. And yet again, it's Ken McGrath. Sean O'Halpine confronting him this time. Nice turn of pace. Nice shot, but again, it's inaccurate. And Ken McGrath would probably be well advised to just keep calm and pass that ball around just a little bit more. Fergal Hartley again, beginning to blossom now in this second half at centre-back. It's been a wonderful performance by both Corcoran at number 6 for Cork and Fergal Hartley at number 6 for Waterford now. In each half, as it turns out.
That's right, Marty. That's why it's important that either Fergal McCormick or Ken McGrath get to grips with it.
Paul Flynn has come a long way into his own half of the field for this. But again, it's miles wide. Peter Quealy, Joe Dean, Tony Brown. Ball into the space, but it's not a great ball because possession is now Cork's. Team captain from Cloyne, Diarmuid O'Sullivan, to take this sideline ball. Into the middle. Peter Quealy somehow manages to hold on to it. Fergal Hartley uses the more direct route. And back there to pick it up almost was Fergal Ryan. Just fell awkwardly for him, and Waterford now have it. Chance, Paul Flynn is tripped, and that is a free for Waterford. Paul Flynn is disgusted because he felt, I'm sure, there was a chance of a goal. But Aidan McSwivna was correct in giving the decision yet again.
Yeah, Marty, slowly but surely the Waterford midfielders are starting to get on top, getting a lot of ball up front.
This free to put Waterford in front yet again. It's 12 points for the DCs, 1-8 for the Leesiders. .5 minutes gone in the second half. Tom Feeney. Very well. Fergal Hartley goes where there's plenty of grass in Semple Stadium, right through the middle. Comes to Billy O'Sullivan, steadies himself, but again sends it wide. Certainly the emergence of Fergal Hartley from what seemed to be a cocoon in the first half to dominating centre-back and an improvement of midfield has brought rich dividends for Waterford in this second half.
Right, Marty, fast puck out here and danger for Waterford.
Brendan Landers, high challenge, referee gives him the free. But I think that is the essential factor in this second half, Cyril.
Oh yeah, Fergal Hartley is playing brilliant. He's really having a top-class game, and the two boys midfielders starting into it. But Marty, at this time of the moment, Waterford want to be scoring more because they're well on top of the field, and yet they're only a point up.
I think Alan Brown is trying to tell his colleagues to let the ball in a lot quicker. Meanwhile, it's the goalkeeper, Brendan Landers, with the free. Ken McGrath and Corcoran again. Nicely picked up by Tony Brown. Tries to make a bit of space for himself to swing the Hurley, and again it's gone wide. Waterford's inaccuracy could well be the Achilles heel at the end of the day. While as we look now, Cork are introducing a substitute. Barry Egan is going to be introduced to the Cork attack. Normally a wing forward or a corner forward. As they make an alteration around midfield, Alan Daly is the man that's gone off. Peter Quayle has to go back to gather. Picks it up neatly and efficiently to his midfield partner, Tony Brown. Lost it. Pat Ryan. Cutting across to Sean Culnan. Shouts at Tom Feeney, but he'll deal with it. Dan Shanahan and Sean O'Halpine. Fergal McCormick has the time to gather it. Gets away from Shanahan. Sends it in quickly towards Alan Brown. Nicely picked up by Kieran Morrison. Half blocked by the Waterford boys, particularly Brian Green. And that shot is gone wide. 17 minutes into the second half of the 1998 league final. It's Cork trailing by a point. And the glorious sunshine around Semple Stadium.
It's Derby 1, Marty. Cork are on the sub. You'll find that Waterford been on the sub in a few minutes as well. Go for goal.
Well pulled on by Billy O'Sullivan. Mark Landers comes across and asserts his authority. And that's going to be a free for Mark and for the Leesiders. Brian Corcoran, captain of the team that won the National Hurling League title in '93. Dropping ball, dangerous ball. Joe Dean couldn't quite gather it. Brian Green does. That's a great clearance. And the crowd respond. Billy O'Sullivan. It's there. With Diarmuid O'Sullivan right beside him. Tries to get it across towards Paul Flynn. Fergal Ryan's effort is blocked by Anthony Kerwin. John Brown is under pressure, and that's gone out for a 65. And down on the sideline, Micheál O'Donnell.
Yes, and Waterford are warming up Micheál White, that man who scored the winning goal in the semi-final. As yet, we don't know who's coming off. It could be Dan Shanahan.
Great free again by Ger Cunningham. Great length and consistency in everything he does. Fergal Hartley is also showing signs of consistency. Dan Shanahan no option but to pull in it there. Diarmuid O'Sullivan. As Shanahan has been brought out seemingly, out to wing forward again. Barry Egan feeding Fergal McCormick. Testing ball for backs. But they can do nothing about it as Fergal McCormick gets his first point. And Cork and Waterford are really producing such an exciting close affair. They're level yet again. Is there one moment of brilliance, one moment that can be the difference between winning and losing? Which side can produce it? 11 minutes left in the league final. Tom Feeney sends it long. There's no Waterford forward available. There is, however, Cork's centre-back Brian Corcoran. Tony Brown. On towards Dave Bennett. Pulled on first time by Mark Landers. This is Shawnee McGrath. Again, brilliantly blocked by Brian Green. It's Landers again. Sends it long up towards Alan Brown and Shawnee Culnan. The break falls neatly for Mark O'Sullivan. The Waterford man wasn't quite expecting it. And they're under pressure here. Alan Brown taking it up. And there's a goal for Cork. The one moment of brilliance was essentially an error by the Waterford defence. And the Cork boys are the best in the country of availing of mistakes by the opposition. Alan Brown, with 3 goals and 5 points to his credit in the league campaign, scores a crucial.
Yeah, it was a ball that should have been clear. Great work here by Brown. He carried it on, left footed kick right across into net. No better men than Cork to capitalise, Marty. They've scored 2 goals, you know, like with very little ball. Anything they got, they've scored, and that's the big difference.
Alan Brown, the hero at the moment for Cork. The hero the last day in the semi-final with a spectacular goal was Michael White. He's now back on the field of play. Man has come off is Billy O'Sullivan. Ken McGrath. With him is Diarmuid O'Sullivan. And that's gone out for a 65. And Billy O'Sullivan is very disappointed, I think, at being taken off.
Big difference so far, Martin, in the game is that Cork have took their 2 goal chances and stuck them.
Well, remember, 21 minutes, almost 22 minutes gone, just 3 points between the teams. Paul Flynn. Matt Slither just seemed to go away from him. He was chasing after it, and thus hit it wide.
Yeah, it should have been cleared here, but great work by Alan Brown. He just got it up, carried it a good bit, and drew a left-footed kick right across, hit the ground in front of Brendan Landers.
And Cork are back in the attack again. Sean Farrell. They're so economical. Half chance, the Cork lads just are capable of taking virtually every opportunity.
Yeah, and Farrell at the moment is in full forward where he loves to be, and Brown has gone corner forward.
4 points. Is it sufficient for the Leesiders? Pulled on by Barry Egan. Down to Shawnee McGrath. He went slow and then he just stepped up a gear. Brilliant skill by McGrath. He's had a quiet afternoon overall. Shawnee Culnan fouled. That's a free out for Waterford. Waterford need a score now just to stay in the race. Fergal Ryan. Fergal Hartley and Fergal McCormack. And Hartley does absolutely brilliantly. Given the space, he has a go himself and he puts it over the bar. A wonderful point for their centre-half back. Surely now his colleagues will respond. Alan Brown gets a touch to it. Sean Culnan beats Sean O'Farrell. Dan Shanahan now with Sean O'Halpine. Barry Egan gets a hurley to it. Comes down towards Joe Dean. Brilliantly blocked by Mark O'Sullivan. It's Dean again. Sean Culnan meets it with a fair shoulder, but it's still Dean who leads a merry dance around the Waterford defence and gets his 2nd point of this crucial game as Cork get back, surely, Cyril, into the big time.
Yeah, it's a great score by Joe Dean there. He took 1 or 2 great tackles, showed a little dummy and right hand over the bar.
Dan Shanahan and Sean O'Halpine. This is Michael White, stopped in his tracks by Brian Corcoran and blocked in turn by Peter Quealy. Six minutes away for Jimmy Barry Murphy's first national title as a manager. Sean O'Halpine getting the instructions. Diarmuid O'Sullivan, the man taking it, the sideline cut. Pat Ryan, half blocked, comes to Kieran Morrison, and that is straight over the bar. They can see the light at the end of the tunnel, these Cork lads, and they can see the cup beginning to shine in the sunshine around Semple Stadium.
Yeah, they begin to flow now. Water, want to be careful.
Stephen Frampton, Fergal Hartley. Up towards Paul Flynn. Ken McGrath now at full forward. Nice skill. He feeds Paul Flynn. They know here that they have to get a goal. Still Paul Flynn. Stopped by Brian Corcoran yet again. Comes to Fergal Ryan. Out towards Pat Ryan. Sends it along up towards Joe Dean. Kieran Morrison. Won't quite come up. A little flick is sufficient for Fergal McCormick to gather. Still Mark O'Sullivan with him, trying to hook. McCormick knows it. Great run. Comes all the way in, and that's gone wide. And Brendan Landers, I'm sure, will take this very quickly. Just over 3 minutes left now. Well batted down again by Jim O'Sullivan. Over towards Paul Flynn. The support is there if he needs it. Dave Bennett is to his left. Still Flynn. Going for the goal. Brilliantly blocked down by John Brown. And possibly he should have let it off for Dave Bennett. And the referee did not like what happened afterwards. Jimmy Barry Murphy just wants one more score, as you can see there a moment ago. But referee Aidan McSwivna didn't like what happened after the ball was cleared. There seemed to be a follow-through. And Brian Corcoran is trying to plead innocence for the Corkman. And Aidan McSwivna is having a severe talking to there with the Corkman.
First of all, here Paul Flynn fouled after being blocked down. He pulled back on number 2. He held him there, but then number 2 pulled straight across him, Fergal Ryan. So he'll probably give a throw in.
Can Gerald McCarthy do anything? Any change? Is there a break coming their way now? Good work here by Mark Landers. Bursting his way out. Cork crowd and supporters plead for a free. The referee waves play on. Comes in towards Michael White. Ger Cunningham is there. And under pressure gets it out, but it's not a good clearance. Sean O'Halpine is there. Confident. Keeps his head. And a good clearance by John Brown in turn. Line ball for Cork. Barry Egan is going to take this sideline ball into Delaney's club in Cork City, and it's quite a nice one to Sean Farrell. Turns and sends it over the bar. A goal and 2 points for this young emerging star, who is very quickly establishing himself on the Cork senior hurling team. It looks good now for Cork. 30 seconds approximately left in actual playing time. Peter Queally. Kieran Morrison, still Queally. It's Kieran Morrison that gets it. Alan Brown and Sean Farrell wait for it. It's Sean the battle switch. It's a line ball for Waterford. Comes straight into the waiting hand of Kieran Morrison. Alan Brown uses his strength to make the space for Sean Farrell, who now has the confidence to try from every possible angle.
Yeah, Marty is on song at the moment. Since he's in full forward, he's really open up.
One happy Cork fan. Anthony Kerwin. Foul and a free for Waterford. A free by Paul Flynn. Ken McGrath adds to it, but it's gone wide. 2 goal scorers are Alan Brown We're into injury time. Ger Cunningham, who won his first National League title in 1981, wins his fourth on this day, May 17th, 1998. But Cork have just won their 14th league title. Sean O'Farrell from Carrigtwohill commiserates with Brendan Landers, but Sean O'Farrell has scored a goal and 3 points in this league decider, and Jimmy Barry Murphy as manager wins his first title with the county. Alan Brown, the other goal scorer for Cork, on a day when Cork's ability to take every single opportunity virtually that came their way results in that scoreline. Cork 2-14.
The knowledge that the National League final was another big game that went against them. Today, however, the stakes were even higher. The commentator at Porky Keeve is Jim Carney.